dying, spoiling me, driving me crazy. Ah. Yeah. Child, that's my shit. Yeah. You would think as much as I say, yeah. 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 Baby, you would think I listen to that every day. What you say, Shay Renee? I said every day. But I don't. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just saying, like as an artist, like myself, period. Yes, make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Period. I got art to sell. Yeah. Period. I got art for sale. Hold on, y'all. Come on, my baby, my baby. Me dying, spoiling me, driving me. Hey. Oh, hey, Poopa Stars. Happy Tuesday. It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to my podcast on my channel. Okay. And back to a new week. Politic and Hour starts right now. Y'all get up in here. It's time to politic with your girl. Talk about this, talk about a little bit of that. And just really just vibe, Uh yeah. Yeah. Just shout out to that. Um It's a lot going on, a lot to cover. Like it's a lot going on. Like I said, 2026, new goals, new us, right? I know I was listening to Cardi B though. Cardi's funny. Cardi's so freaking funny. And she was like, who said it's a new Cardi? She was like, no, I didn't say that. She's like, new goals, same Cardi. Child, that was funny. But no, right? We doing new shit, so it's a new us. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It's a new us. A new elevated version of ourselves, right? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Yeah. So shout out to that. And like, yeah, first podcast of the year. This is our first official podcast of the year, Poopa Stars. We in that thing. So shout out to that. But again, a mission, on a mission, on a mission. On a mission can mean so many things. Y'all give me a second. Now, if you missed yesterday's show, let me get you caught up on everything that was going on. Ooh, yesterday. Yeah, straight like that. Superstars, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I just came to remind everybody that I'm heavy in these internet streets, heavy on it. So if you haven't already, don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to follow my blog on Instagram. Okay, my comment section, my blog, my comment section on Instagram. Yeah. Shout out to that. And then anyway, so 50 Cent has decided to back down from his little riff-raff, scrap little online scuffle, okay, with Clarissa Shields. After Clarissa Shields posted a video from a event she did for 50 Cent, basically calling him a fan. Hit the like button. Now, 50 Cent agreed that he is a fan, and he also decided to step down from things. Just basically stating that he wanted to give Clarissa the time to focus on her upcoming fight. Now, speaking of Clarissa Shields' upcoming fight, she has a fight February the 22nd against Franchon Cruz. And I am taking all predictions for which, yeah, shout out to that, by the way. And then anyway, let's continue. T.S. Madison has gone out. Yeah, I said she just went out. I said she just went out. Like a light switch on some folks on the internet. And just like a light switch, I have gone dark. Yes, I have just gone dark. All right. On this conversation, the whole cis, the women, the transgender, the biological. I'm over it. Okay. You know, like how you run in and you might have good morning. Good morning. Over it. Yeah. Good morning, Pooh. I said, Tia, this topic is starting to beat me. Beat me. Okay. Okay, Miss Preston Girl. Yeah. But anyway, and speaking of trans news, which I'm not exactly sure where this story comes from. I gotta get at the gay baby daddy. I need an update on the gay baby daddy. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to get to, listen, we're going to get there. So shout out to that. Now, anyway, it's a lot going on in the world. Yeah, so shout out to that. Y'all hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on, everybody. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So shout out to that. Quick little break that I had to take. Y'all know I'm here, there, I'm everywhere to get the tea, right? But I'm slowly starting to realize that, I'm being stretched so thin, you know. So I'm making the adjustments that I need to make, and like, yeah, guys, I'm working through things, right? As I continue to make changes and come up on new realizations. Now, this is our first episode of our podcast 2026, and I wanted to title it On a Mission. Why? Because I'm on a mission, and I feel like so many others, as well as so many others. Let's talk about it. There is so much going on right now. And I'm like, okay, let's get in there. This is just seems like this is a season of missions. Okay? Everybody on a mission. Seemingly. I'm like, well, where they going? But due to the fact that I am on my own mission, right? I get it. I get it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and give me 1 second. Oh. Hold on 1 second. And if you just now getting here, shout out to you and shout out to that. I'm excited about our first ever episode for 2026. Okay, really, really excited. And I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy to have you. Let me just tell y'all, this year we are on a mission. We are. When I say we, I mean you, me, the platform. We're on a mission. Give me 1 second. And it's not just us. Clearly, it's not just us, okay? Hell, I can name a couple of other folks seemingly on a mission. Trump, okay, got somewhere to fucking go. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. I hate. I really, really do. Hate to keep putting y'all on a brief break, but it just is what it is. Like I'm podcasting and I'm doing other things simultaneously. And that's the thing. Like this year, things have to get done. You know, we're on a mission. It just is what it is. Things have to get done. Things will have to be completed. All right? It's not going to be perfect. It's not. I don't know who need to hear this. But if you're waiting on things to be perfect, then you're just prolonging everything, okay? Um, don't worry about perfection. You can always you know, you can always put your cleanup suit on later, okay? It's just important that you start, okay? Start. Yeah. Work, 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 work. Period. Like Rihanna said, get to work, okay? It is what it is. Y'all know me. Y'all know what I like to do. Okay. I like to start out slow, right? And then speed it up, period. Like Trina had said. So shout out to that. I said just shout out to that. But yeah, your girl Shay Renee is I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. And you know, it's no secret, right? It's no secret. But this year I'm on another mission. You know, I'm gonna be here. I'm still gonna be here, there, everywhere to get the tea. Okay. But it's just, you know, this year's just gonna look a little differently. And I don't wanna talk too much, you know, because my pooper stars and I, we are in manifestation mode. Manifestation mode. It just is what it is. Um, you know, we working and we manifesting. Taking, you know, we handling our business. This year is simply, it's simple. Handle your business. Don't let it handle you. Y'all hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna begin to work through the kinks. Trust me, we working things out this year. We working it out. Hold on. All right. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, it's like, oh, it's so much going on. Yeah, it's so much going on. I can't tell you. Yeah. Oh shit. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait, that shit loud. Hold on. Oh, my bad. Maybe I had the tablet going and everything started echoing. I could hear myself a little louder than I wanted to. Oh, no, absolutely not. So anyway, like this year, we on a mission, okay? Y'all remember I told y'all I had started a podcast on, I don't know, y'all, wherever the freak it was, right? And so during that time though, um, you know, I had came to a realization. There go that word again. Yeah, so shout out to that. But like, no, when I was doing my podcast, not on YouTube, it was another one on a whole different platform. But anyway, yeah, I was speaking to the audience, and I had basically, y'all make sure y'all scoot up in here like a bumper car, period, and hit the like button. But I had basically came to a realization that like I'm a content creator, right? And I'm trying to get my stuff off the ground. And it dawned on me that I was like, you know, dating me is really like dating somebody that does an artist. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it didn't dawn on me until then. You know, I had a realization. I was like, so I'm like an artist, you know, trying to sell my art. You know, so y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and help me get this art off, okay? Yeah, it just is what it is. I gotta get my 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 stuff sold, okay? So shout out to that. And shout out to everybody who plans on, you know what I'm saying, being part of the program, period. Yeah, because we doing that damn thing this year, okay? I'm on a mission. And I'm not the only one. So shout out to that. Y'all give me 1 second, 1 second. What do I feel like it is I need to do? But today, we're going to talk about some more people that's on a mission seemingly, too, because I'm not the only one. Yeah. Fuck you mean? All right, that's good timing. That's gonna be good timing. So anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to you, from and wherever. Shout out to you, okay, and wherever you are listening from. Don't forget to jump in my comments and chime in, okay? You're welcome. Listen. Let me tell you something. This is an open discussion, okay? This is an open discussion on an open platform, okay? And as long as we being respectful, okay, and of others, and you know, respecting the platform, you know, then we should all be able to vibe, okay? So chime in. Y'all make sure you chime in. I love hearing from y'all. This is when I started my platform, I wanted it to be where news and opinion link. Y'all know that. So let's do it. But no, like I was saying, I'm on a mission this year, and clearly, you know, I'm not the only one. You got Donald Trump on a mission. Yeah, I mean, clearly. And hold on. Trump is, so you got Trump, he clearly on a mission, okay? You know, we can talk about that briefly, even though, you know, over here on this platform, we don't really talk politics a lot, but, you know, it is what it is. We will chime in from time to time. Who else you got on a mission? You got Finesse 2 times on a mission. Seemingly. Who else? Everyone on the internet. Okay? Everyone. I don't care. You see so many people on the internet who Oh, I'm barely here. Oh, this and oh, that. It's like, listen, you here with us, you here. Yeah, you know, like, you might be a little different, but baby, let me hold your hand when I say this. Yeah, you like, come on now. Like, you here, okay? We're together. I see you. Like Nene said. Um, so you got finesse 2 times on a mission. Seemingly to be cut from mob ties. Okay, you got finesse 2 times on a mission. He's on a mission to be released. Okay, he said, you know, he no longer wants to be with mob ties. So he got a lot going on. A whole lot. Donald Trump has so much going on. A whole lot. It's like every day we wake up, it's something else going on. And I'm like, what is this? You know? And it's just, it's crazy to me because, like, on one hand, I'm like, well, you know, overseas hours or you know, like they're, you know, damn, how do I put it? You know, the time is always you know, like the opposite of what we have going on. So, like, when we wake up, we get the news that Trump did something. Yeah, something, child, overseas, okay? And so that's when we wake up. So it be nighttime over there. But at night when we sleep, it's the daytime over there. So, okay, I guess he be cutting up, child, in the daytime overseas while we sleep. And when we wake up, we get an update, okay? An extra update. Which, I don't know. I wish they just could reverse it or something like that, you know? Yeah, because I'd rather not get updates in the morning. Does that make sense? Child, in the morning, I'm ready to do my thing. Okay? Okay? In the morning, I'm the most motivated. You know, in the morning, I'm excited. I'm joyful. You know, I'm pleasant. To say the least. You know, I don't want to hear, child. Anyway. So Donald Trump is he on a mission. Now, y'all know I don't get into politics, even though I have a politicking hour, okay? Period. On my show. Nothing to do with politics, though, okay? By the way, absolutely nothing, okay? Yeah. So shout out to that. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. But this year, everybody is on a mission. No, not just me, not just you, not just the platform, right? Our channel, our blog, our businesses. It seems like the internet is on a mission too. Okay. You say, well, where's the internet on a mission to, Shay Renee? Seemingly to go viral. Yeah. Let's talk about it. You know, I was on the internet yesterday and I was like, if I can just back up just a bit, you know what I'm saying? It looks crazy, if that makes sense. You know, it looks like, when I was on the internet yesterday, honestly, my initial opinion was like, wow, It just seems like everybody is on a mission of some sort. And that's not a bad thing, but it just depends on the mission, right? And so yesterday, it seemed like everybody is like the internet just seemed doomed to me. I'm like, where's everybody headed? You know? Uh Seems like they're trying to go viral, if I'm being real. It seems like everyone and y'all, you listen, for the girls in the back. Okay, you have to know that I'm not talking about everybody, like literally, but no, for real, it does. It seems like so many people are on a mission to go viral. And I found that to be sad. Now I can't tell you exactly why, but it just seems sad. Now I will say this though, when I did come to that conclusion, right? I was looking at finesse, if I'm being real. I was looking at something that finesse had going on, okay? And like that's when it dawned on me that like, wow, we living through some times. It just is what it is. We are really living through some weird times, Yeah. Because it's one thing for ordinary people, right? To be trying to go viral or to be chasing a moment. Content creators, TikTokers, that's one thing. That's one thing. Even though that's kind of sad too. It's kind of sad. I can't explain that part, but it is kind of a little bit disheartening. But it gets even sadder though when you look at people like Finesse. You know? Um, like that is what gets me. Okay? It's like, wait. What is going on? What is going on? How in the, I said, take the what and leave the what? Like, Lord. I said, let me find out Offset and Cardi B was on to something. Because, right now it's given they do anything for clout. And to do anything for clout is not good. It's not good. It's I don't care who you are. You know, um, you gotta have some type of, you know what I'm saying? Limitations, I would say. Boundaries. We really living in some sad times because everybody seemingly is on a mission to go viral. Or hold on, I'll take that back. Everybody is seemingly on a mission, and a lot of these folks seem like they're on a mission to go viral, and it's sad. Depending on you ask. And today it's me, your girl Shay Renee. I was looking at Finesse 2 times yesterday, an interview that he was doing with Gilly and Wallow. And I got saddened by what I saw. It was sad, you know. It was. It was extremely sad. for lots of reasons. But the average person tries to go viral to get money. Finesse, we thought you had some, you know? Like, seriously, we thought you had some, brother. So, like, what are you doing? No, for real. Like, what are you embarrassing yourself for? You know? Child, look. Yes, superstar. So honest and truthfully, you want the truth, you know, you got to be able to handle it over here with me. I like took a look at I really did. I took one look at the internet yesterday and I was kind of saddened, you know what I'm saying, by what I saw. Seriously, truthfully, because it seems like everybody is looking for a viral moment. And it's like, again, if it's for money, please do your thing. You know, do your thing. Because, like, who's going to knock you trying to feed your family, you know, or do something better for you and your family? But if you're doing it for attention, child, that is what gets me, okay? Um, period. You know, like, we're not doing it for that. I don't know who needs to hear this, but absolutely not. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We just, at least me and my pooper stars, you know, if we going viral for the bag. Um, you know, but after y'all get the bag and y'all still try, you know, that's where it starts to get muddy. Does that make sense? And hard, really hard to read between the lines. Uh, so if you just now getting here, make sure you hit the like button. This is our first episode ever, okay, of Politic an Hour. Our podcast for 2026, the first one ever, okay? And we talking about today, we just talking about, you know, different things, different topics, but mainly just, you know, people being on a mission, you know, different missions to do whatever, you know what I'm saying, different things or whatnot. And I was speaking about Finesse, you know, who is seemingly on a mission. You know, if I had to guess Finesse's mission, I would say two things, right? Finesse is on a mission to part ways with his record label. I think that's his record label or whoever. Mob Ties. You know, he just told us this week that he wants out. He doesn't. He no longer wants to be in business with them. So he's on a mission to come up off of that. But I also think Finesse is on a mission to you know, make him some money. Okay, some extra money. Like, my common sense tells me that. He was talking about being on OF, which who knew, right? Who knew? But child, he was talking about that with Gillie and Wallow. Um, but no, if you ask me, Vanessa is on a mission to get him some money. You know, it be like that sometimes. You know, it does. It really does. It's like that sometimes. You can get a job, right? Or you can get a job, you can get a career, you can get a gig, you know, you can get an opportunity, whatever, right? And you making money, but somewhere along the way you realize that you want more or you need more, you know, or what you making just ain't enough. And honestly, I think that's what finesse is, honestly. No music coming out, right? Bills gotta be paid, okay? Um, and again, this ain't the olden and the golden days, right? Where people could actually pay um you know, this ain't the olden days where people can actually pay, you know, people to you know, do things like promote them, get their face, you know, in front of certain people, blah, 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 right? So he just doing his own thing. If you ask me, he doing his own marketing, you know, and promo. He's on a mission, if you ask me. Yeah. Um, Seemingly on a mission to leave mob ties as well as get him an extra coin. You know, it just is what it is. Clearly, you know, finesse wants an extra coin, okay? Which, you know, it just is what it is. Nobody, no, we're not mad at it. And if you ask me, I think that's where that. But this could be, you know what I'm saying? I could be tripping. But no, if you ask me, I think that's where that Ari and, you know, Sugar being back. Because if you let Finesse tell it, his woman looks better than Ari. And I think that's why he doing all of that, okay? To drive uh traffic, okay, to his stuff. Cause again, he say he over there, you know, um, whatever he got going, child, whatever he got going, he over there going and growing, I guess, over there on OF. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask me, he trying to drive a little traffic over there. Mr. Preston Curl ain't slick, okay? But truth is, like Fantasia said, I think that money, you know, ain't coming in like that, you know. So, um, you know, if you ask me, it is what it is. He just trying to, you know, keep his head above the water, shoot, just like everybody else, you know. And when I mean that, when I say that, I do mean that. Hold on, y'all. Let me put y'all on a brief hold. all right now. Shout out to that. I'm back. But yes. If you just now getting here, hit the like button. I need help selling my art, okay? Yeah, period. I'm trying to get my art out. No, but for real, I had came to the realization a long time ago that like, you know, uh, 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 being with a content creator is really, really similar to dating an artist, you know what I'm saying, or a painter, you know what I'm saying? You know how, and you know how when you watching a movie, the painter is always, you know, he's always trying to, or it's not even just painters. Sometimes it's writers too. You know, it is what it is. You know, he's just trying to sell his book. You know what I'm saying? Um, he's established. You know, already wrote a good book, made money. You know what I'm saying? And now money is a little funny, okay? Because he's working on his next book. You know what I'm saying? And it's no different than the painters too. You know, so it's like dating an artist. You know, and you're just waiting on them to um uh their next, you know, big um opportunity, you know. So it is what it is, y'all. Help me get my art off, okay? Yeah. And no cost to you, by the way, either, because hitting the like button is free, okay? So shout out to that. Um, but yeah, truth is, I'm on a mission. All right, I'm on a mission to get my work sold. It just is what it is. So shout out to that. Um, and I'm not the only one, child. I'm not. I was online yesterday and I realized it is me and so many others. Okay, on a mission, different missions, all at the same time. Donald Trump. Donald Trump is another one that seems to be on a mission. I told y'all that. Yeah. I did. I told y'all that. I said, let me go reiterate what I said. So, you know, I either saw it somewhere, read somewhere, something. I'm sure I read it, possibly, that like if we are at like if the country is fighting another country, um, I I think like um ain't gonna be no voting going on around that time. So in other words, somebody was saying that Trump is trying to start a rhymes with Tor. You know what I'm saying? Trying to start drama with these other countries so he can still be the president. And I don't know how true that is. So it's all alleged over here, but I will say that like, you know, sounds like it could have some truth to it. Let me just say that, child. That definitely, don't it? They sound like it could have some truth to it. Sadly. Uh, Depending on who you ask, you know. Um, Child, but it just is what it is. I don't talk politics a lot. I really barely talk them at all. But you know, the little things that I say, You know, I don't mind repeating for my pooper stars, period. Because like one thing about me, I love to like give y'all information. You know what I'm saying? When y'all leave from with me, I want y'all to be full of information. You know? Uh and with that being said, when it comes to Trump, child, that's what the word on the curve is. And like I also told y'all that like in my hearts of my hearts, I feel like when Trump lost, he took that long 4 years to sit around and think about stuff like this, you know? All the policies that he was gonna change, all the rules that he felt like should be changed. Um, you know, and dare I say it, to me, right? Um, if you ask me, Trump took far more advantage of his presidency, okay, than any other president. You know? But it just is what it is. Donald Trump didn't do any type of plan. He didn't. He didn't, child. Uh, when he lost to Biden, child, he took those 4 years and he went to work. Baby, he went to work. Um, he did his homework. You know, if you ask me, he thought outside the box. And I do. I hate to say it. I do. I hate to say it. But to me, he, um, like to me, he made the most usage of his presidency. Does that make sense? Um, Meaning he just took the time out to, uh, review things and change things versus any other president before him. To me, just really went with the flow a lot. Yeah, they made changes, but not like Trump. Does that make sense? Not like Trump. Like Trump has actually paid attention to what it would. Now, I'm not saying nobody before him did, but I'm just talking about him in particular. This man actually found out what it would do to like, in other words, he actually took the time to realize what he has to do to like not be the president for 8 years only. He took the time out to research what he can do to be the president longer than 8 years. Um to change this, to change that. You know, it just is what it is. And then we don't have to like him. But like I said, truth is, like Fantasia said, he you know, he did his research. It is what it is. That man did his freaking, okay, homework on this country. To me, Elon Musk included. They all did. They planned. They did some planning. Okay, some hell of a fire planning. Donald Trump and that team, you know, that team that he got. And then, you know, he fell out with Elon, and then here they go, they back cool again, you know. So anyway, if you just now getting here, hit the like button. But today we talking about folks on a mission. We started out, you know, talking about finesse 2 times a little bit, and then we went ahead and got into Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because Donald Trump is another one that's seemingly on a mission. Y'all hold on 1 second, and I need to put y'all on a brief hold. Hold on. Hey y'all. Okay. So I'm back. My bad. I had to put y'all on hold, but it is what it is. Like I'm trying to take this like, serious, if you will. So like certain stuff, water running, me doing this, me doing that. I don't want y'all to necessarily have to hear, but at the same time, like it's a lot of stuff that I need to do simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So like I can't be podcasting every morning, all morning with y'all while my personal life falls apart. Like I gotta make it work. So shout out to that. Hold on now. But on a mission, child. These folks is on a mission. Clearly, it's clear, it's evident. Yeah. On a mission. I remember when I read somewhere that the average millionaire, okay, has at least 7 streams of income, 7. Yeah. So shout out to that. Um, Listen, my Pooper Stars and I, we on a mission to get those streams, all right? It just is what it is. So, here we are. Yeah, period. Slanging chalk, doing what we got to do, okay? To get our art sold. It just is what it is. I'm an artist, you're an artist. Y'all content creators is artists, baby. And we slanging today, okay? Period. We on the clock. We on a mission. Who else is on a mission? Trump, seemingly, to if you ask me. Now, I'm not saying this like this is actual and factual, but I do feel like Donald Trump is on a mission to be the president, okay? For a long time. People say I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. Now, Trump say I'm here for a long time, not for a good one. You see? All right? It's shit. I don't know who needs to hear that. But it seems like that's what's going on. Okay? I had a song say, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Baby, when somebody trying to tell you what's going on, you got to listen. Yeah. And as far as Trump and his administration goes, yeah, I think that's what's going on. Okay, period. Like the song said. Yeah. But anyway, let's continue. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and help me sell my art. Yeah, this is what it is. I'm an artist. I got work to sell. What they say, rent due. Rent due. So shout out to that. And child, let me put him out here. Cause speaking of on a mission, they say Saucy is on a mission as well. So shout out to that and shout out to him. What else is going on these internet streets? Um, Yeah. Um, everyone on the internet too. Let's talk about it, Miss Preston Curl. No, for real. Every, just about everyone on the internet seems to be looking for a viral moment. Um, and I really don't know how to feel about that. It just depends. It does. One, it depends on what they're doing, and two, it depends on the person, right? Like I told y'all when this episode first started, I was saddened a little bit. Like at first, when Finesse first started, because he's been going for like 2 weeks straight now, like 2 weeks straight for real. Finesse versus everybody. It first started, it was funny. It's not now. It's no longer funny. It's like, hold on, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Are you all right? Type ish. Another thing though that makes it no longer funny is it's like Finesse. Like, we thought you made it. Oh yeah, like the song said, baby girl, you made it, you made it. Yeah. What happened? What happened was, like, what happened? Somebody come look at this. No, for real, come to the class, come to the front of the classroom and tell us what's going on. Like like I used to tell Clarissa, what's going on with you? Shit. Because like I said, it was funny, but now it's giving something else, you know. But clearly, he's on a mission. But he ain't the only one. It's the internet too. It's the internet. The internet is on a mission to go viral. And again, for the people that are artists, the content creators, that are trying to, get their funds up, get their ones up, that's different. It was just something about Finesse that made it sad for me, if that makes sense. Uh, Truth is, like Fantasia said, um, but he ain't the only one. He's not the only one, because I just feel like it's the whole dang internet. At this point, they cussing each other out. And like Cardi B said, they is doing anything for clout these days. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. But again, folks is on a mission, okay? They on a mission. It is what it is. Yes, people are going and they going to different locations, different directions fast. We don't know where Finesse is headed. Finesse is on a mission to leave mob ties. We know that. So shout out to that and shout out to him. Donald Trump, if you ask me, your girl Shay Renee, he is on a mission to be the president. Okay? For longer. He trying to stretch it out. Yeah, like a physical therapist. He wants to stretch out his time, okay? It just is what it is. So do not be surprised if, you know, he does that for real by sending us, to combat. What else is going on? It's not just me. I am on a mission for sure. Okay. Um, but I'm not the only one. Donald Trump is clearly. Finesse 2 time is clearly. Everybody on the internet clearly. I said if I see one more Clarissa Shields. Yeah, I'm serious. It's not funny. It's really not funny. But I said if I see one more Clarissa Shields impersonation, I'm gonna scream. I'm just playing. But no, truth is, and I'm with 50 Cent. You know, Clarissa need to be locked in. Clarissa need to be focused. But she says she is, and I believe her. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my prediction out there now. Clarissa's gonna win. Okay, it just is what it is. But shit, that's how she do, right? If you ask me, the person that's gonna whoop Clarissa Shields' ass is about 3 years old right now. Might not even be developed. I mean, like, you know, not even thought of, like our parents used to say. But I just believe that when it comes to women boxing, it's just one big Billy badass at a time. Yeah. Okay. So shout out to that. It's gonna be one big Billy badass at a time. Okay. It just is what it is. It's been like that. I'm just saying, if history repeats itself, then like she gonna be the one doing all the taking that, all the giving, if you will. She ain't gonna never have to worry about the dog catching her ass. It just is what it is. Yeah. But hey, it's not Clarissa's fault though. Okay, it's not. So anyway, shout out to that. But Shields is on a mission. Okay. To beat this lady up. Okay, come next month. So anyway, shout out to that and shout out to her. What else is going on the internet streets? Blueface. Blueface is on a mission too. Clearly, seemingly and clearly. He's on a mission to get back to where he was before he left. But I will say this. He's slowing down a little bit. Like Bobby V said. Let me find out. I really think that it has a lot to do with lots of things. One, probation. Okay. I definitely think that probation, okay, has changed the Blueface that we grew to know and love. Okay, it just is what it is. And I realized that when he didn't reply to Soulja Boy, because we all know, what I'm saying? Truth is, like Fantasia said, Blueface was gonna turn Soulja Boy. He everything. Okay, he wasn't gonna cut him loose. Yeah. So shout out to that, like. So that's that, But another thing too, I think he's getting more mature. He said about being in jail and him not but I think that his age, right, has matured him. Even if it's just a little bit, child. Let's continue. But his buzz is slowing down on the internet a little bit, and I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. At first, I was like, nah, man, don't, you know, like, don't change on, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know, I'm looking for my entertainment. But, you know, at the end of the day, his mental health, you know, is what's most important, one. And I just feel like, and I don't know how true this is, so don't quote me, but I think we dealing with a more sober Blueface, you know? So that's different too. Now, mind you, stuff that he used to do, right? He no longer does. Because I think that a more sober Blueface is way more aware. You know what I'm saying? So he realizes that he can do something on Monday and be embarrassed the next day. You know what I'm saying? The one that was possibly on it, he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care. So he just kept doing and kept doing and kept doing and kept doing. You know, but now I feel like we're dealing with a more sober Blueface and a slightly more mature Blueface. And with that being said, you know, his entertainment factor or whatever you want to call it, it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's just going down just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, one person leaves, another person picks it up, because it's crazy, because Blueface been chilling. Yeah, chilling hard. But here come Finesse. Here come freaking Finesse, which he, you know, I don't know what to say about Finesse. Finesse is funny. Finesse is entertaining. He is. But, you know, and not just Finesse, even Blueface too. All of them had you worried about them though. For real, when it's all said and done. And yeah, so anyway, it's your girl Shay Renee, and if you just now getting here, welcome to our first podcast episode of the year, okay? This one is for you, this one is for you, this one is for you, this one is for me, this one is for we, okay? We on a mission. Yeah. We on a mission, you know, to get some things done. It just is what it is. So shout out to that. And we not the only ones. We not. There are several others. If you just now getting here, we talked about a couple of them. You got Trump on a mission. You got Finesse 2 times on a mission. You got all these folks on the internet, down there, everybody on the internet. If they make content, a mission, okay? Trying to get somewhere fast. You got Blueface on a mission, and next, and last, not last but not least, and next, okay, anyway, let's continue. You got Drake. Still on a mission, you know, by the way. Shout out to Drake though, because I think Drake is I think he's doing the work. Does that make sense? You know how somebody can go through something and then you start to see them, you know, healing? Yeah, Drake seems like he's in his dealing and healing phase. Yeah, it just is what it is. But, I gotta keep it real. Drake also seems like he's on a mission. Okay, so I gotta keep it real. If I got to say that. If I'm keeping it all the way real, he is on a mission. Okay, clearly. A mission to do what? A mission to do what exactly? I don't know. But I will say he's taking Aiden Ross along for the ride. Okay, if you ask me, that's just my personal opinion, y'all. I'm not saying that like it's actual and factual. So, don't quote me type ish. But it's 2026. We all know Drake had a really bad year. He's coming off of a bad year last year, one of his worst, right? And I feel like Drake is on a mission. If you ask me, he's on a get back mission. I don't know who he's trying to get back at, because Drake is big. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all can agree on that. That boy is big. You know what I'm saying? He is up there. But the people he beefing with is even bigger than him and even higher up there. So, like, imagine that, okay? But I will say this, though. I feel like all of these little small folks, they going to get it, okay? They going to get it. They going to feel it, right? And when I say the smaller folks, I mean people like Kai. You understand? Because, like, I in my hearts of hearts, I feel like Kai Cenat is on the left side, Aiden Ross, and Drake is on the right side. Aiden Ross be coming for Kai Cenat on behalf of Drake. Okay? That's just my personal opinion. Again, that's not actual and factual. And then let me tell y'all something. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes. Period. Okay? My entertainment. Your entertainment. Let's be entertained. Yeah. And if you just now getting here today, hit the like button. We are talking about people on a mission. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? Period. You're welcome. Yeah, you welcome here. And so Drake is on a mission. Aiden Ross is on a mission as well. Now, what exactly is Aiden's mission? Who knows? I'm serious. Like, who knows? Y'all know I'm here, there, everywhere to get the tea, but I literally don't know a lot about Aiden. I don't. Like, if I really had the time, I wouldn't mind doing my research about Aiden, because to me, Aiden came from, like, where? You know what I'm saying? He's almost like a plant or something. It's weird and it's strange. But most people, when they on the come up, you see them, right? You can see them on the come up. Like, for instance, Neon. I don't remember where I remember Neon from, but I feel like we seen Neon on his way to where he is today. Ben the Don, I don't remember Ben the Don like that, but I do feel like we saw Ben on his way, on his come up to where he is today. It's just hard to explain, child. But anyway, today, if you just now getting here, we talking about folks on a mission. Everybody that I named, these folks is on some type of mission to be completed. It just is what it is. Kevin Gates. Oh, Lord. Child. Still prep for this one. Now, Kevin Gates is on a mission too. Okay? Seemingly, clearly, allegedly. Okay? Depending on who you ask. And today it's me, your girl Shay Renee. And I do think Kevin Gates is on a mission. You know what type of mission I think Kevin is? I think Kevin Gates is on a mission that I was just telling y'all about the other day. Okay? Same mission that Clarissa Shields is on. Same mission that a lot of other people be on. He's on a mission to prove to people that he's happy instead of just being it. Yeah. It's sad, but it is what it is. We're going to have to see how long this going to last for Kevin. We just have to wait and see. But yeah. He's on a mission to prove to Drika and prove to Brittany, okay, that he's happy. without them. So shout out to that and shout out to him. I will say this though. Hopefully the young lady that he's with doesn't get hurt, in the process. And I'll take it a step further. Hopefully Kevin is really healing and dealing with his stuff. Truth is, because, I try to tell people that, like, things tend to follow you. Does that make sense? So, like, if you're not working on you, then you still the Kevin that Drika had. You still the Kevin that Brittany had. And I mean, that's cool if that's the Kevin that you want to be. You know what I'm saying? But if you trying to be something different than you, then yeah, I send my thoughts that way, But yeah, clearly, Kevin is on a mission, okay? He's on a mission to prove something, okay, to others. Yeah. It's sad, and it's sad too. It's sad. It's a sad time, sad day. But hey, I'm not knocking it. Been there, done that. The truth is, when people are doing that, they don't even realize that they doing that. Well, no, I take that back. Oh, no, I take that back. They do realize they doing that. But I will say this. People are really, when people are doing that, they are really, like, trying their best to move forward, move on, be happy. The only mistake that I would say that people tend to make is proving it. You can waste a lot of time proving it. Don't do that. Just be. You understand? And I feel like myself personally, in my personal life, I have come so far with stuff like that. That's why I feel like I can help other people too. Like school them. Because I realize that in life, most of our problems come from not being focused on ourselves. For real. A lot of drama comes from people not paying attention to their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Truth is, I'm telling you, been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm just at a comfortable place and a comfortable space, right? Where I'm just chilling. What more can I say? You know what I'm saying? Because I really took time to focus. I mean, come on now. I said, come on. That's what you need. For real, though. You need somebody that's going, You looking right? When you supposed to be looking forward. Face forward. What you got going on? Why is you looking over there? What's over there for you? For real. Child, and before you know it, weeks done pass, months done pass, years done pass, right? So, truth is, folks, everybody's on a mission. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being real, if I'm keeping it real. And Kevin Gates is just another brother, okay? On a mission, but you know, shout out to that and shout out to him. I really, 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 truly hope that he finds his happy. You know, and then if he already found it, right? Then I really, 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 truly hope that he's able to live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because sometimes people can get, like, the moment can pass and you didn't even really get to experience it for real. Because you was too busy. Oh, do they see me? Can they see me? They see me happy? They see me happy? Man, fuck all that. Do you, Mr. Preston Curl? The truth is, what do you see? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what they eat don't make you poop. You know? Truth is, like Fantasia said, your ass still got to order your own steak. You still got to sit down and you still got to eat it. You know? So, like, don't lose focus. So many people lose focus, child. When truth is, you got to be on a mission. Stay on your mission. Period. Don't pivot. Okay? Unless you absolutely need to. Other than that, focus. Okay? Focus. Let's continue. But Kevin Gates ain't the only one. You know who else is on a mission? Grove. I said, damn. I said, that's the definition. I don't know if that ain't the definition of taking a few, a couple of steps forward just to take a few back, then I don't know what is. Because, you know, Grove pretty much is okay. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much okay. Got a pretty much okay rep, if you will, on the internet. In fact, you know, he had us laughing. We laughing with him and stuff like that just recently when he was getting into it with Finesse. But then here he come, okay, on a mission. Whatever type of mission it is. Child, who knows? Being disrespectful to NBA YoungBoy mama. Like, I didn't like that. Okay, I don't like that. I didn't care. I don't care either. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could talk to her like that all the time. You know? And she be cool with it. You know, whatever. But he ain't gonna make that cool. You know? It's like he trying to, like, he ain't gonna be able to make that cool. You can't talk to nobody mama like that. And for those of you who don't know what I was talking about, Grove, what do you call himself? Something, hero or whatever. Child, don't even know him like that. That's another thing. That's crazy too. You know, but it is what it is. We living in some crazy times, you know. Even these bloggers, child, they be talking about these people who, it's like, who? I don't know, y'all. Anyway, we living in some times, for real. It's like, I can remember when I was watching Storm. I was watching Storm Moreau a long time ago because I don't listen to Storm anymore. But shout out to Storm and shout out to his platform. I remember a long time ago, Storm was like, we the new celebrities. You know what I'm saying? He was basically, I think, what did Storm used to say? I forgot what he used to say, but I know for a fact he was like, you know, YouTubers and content creators, you know what I'm saying, are the new celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Storm, though, because I can honestly say, he said that at least 2 years ago, at least, if not longer. It was probably 3. Because one thing about me, I'm kind of bad with time, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just realized, like, now when I be trying to realize certain stuff, it's just so hard for me to remember. It is what it is. I just feel like the years is just starting to run out together. Child, it's a bunch of goulash. It's been a bunch of goulash going on throughout the years. But, damn, what was I telling y'all about? Oh yeah, the content creator. So yeah, and I just feel like he said that, and I feel like yeah, I do. I feel like it's coming to pass. You know, it is. I feel like content creators, they getting they shine. You know, they are. It's like the industry then kind of passed the torch a little bit right now, and it's amongst streamers and content creators. But at the end of the day, I'm like, so who's next though? You know, like who gonna be next? Because at the end of the day, the way y'all doing it, everybody then just like open the floodgates to a little stardom, a little fame. Christian Rock's favorite word, a little clout. So it's like, I don't know, it's almost like it's getting blurry, if that makes sense. You know, it's getting blurry. It's gonna come a time where ain't nobody gonna be no celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be on the same playing field. I'm just saying, that's what it's given. That's what it's given, child. Because it seems like don't nobody want to sit in the audience anymore. You know, everybody wants to be on the stage. Which I love, quite frankly. If I'm keeping it real, keeping it a bean, keeping it a bug. I like that. I sure do. Just for the simple fact that when we was younger, I didn't like how, because now that I'm older, right? Now that I'm older, it took me all this time to realize what I'm about to tell y'all. But like, when we was younger, I didn't like how certain things seemed out of our reach. Does that make sense? You know, to me, it kept us in a box. It kept us small. It stopped us from dreaming for real. Um, I don't like how, like things seem so out of reach. No, you can't go be a basketball player. You can go be a basketball player just as fast as you can go be a janitor. Put the work in. You know, like I can't, it's hard to explain, but it's almost like we were programmed to believe that everyone couldn't do it. Everyone wasn't gonna make it. You know? And it's like, the word says we can do all things. Yeah. Like that's what the word said. So, child, a mission. These folks is on a mission. But like I said, Grove, I don't know what kind of mission he on. Child, a bunk one. Um, I will say this though, NBA YoungBoy, shout out to NBA YoungBoy, who I don't know, seemingly, okay, he on a mission too. Who knows? I don't know if it's a mission. I don't know what his mission is, but he does seem like he is growing, within the industry. I see a change in NBA YoungBoy that we never saw. He seems to be maturing, right? And all of these people who keep calling him out and stuff like that, they seem to know it. It just is what it is. Grove included. But child, he seems to be on some type of trash mission. when he was being disrespectful the other day with NBA Youngboy's mother. Okay, so my she ain't got no butt and all of this and all of that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And Sharonda, she didn't seem to have like it either. Truth is, like Fantasia said, but she did take it well. But that don't make it right. Yeah. Try anyway. Let's continue. Who else? Who else? Who else? It's 2026. It's 2026. If you just now get here, Poopa Stars, this is our first episode of our podcast of the year. And guess what? It's about everybody on a mission. You know, it is what it is. People got places to go. You know, things to do, people to see. Who else? Ekane seems to be on a mission. Ekane seems to be on a mission to get Chris the F from around her. Now, I could be wrong. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. But however, your girl Shay Renee is not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. So when I see Ekane and Chris and I just see, you know, small clips of them. And I did see a clip where Ekane was basically saying that she cheated on Chris and like, yeah, you know, she was basically saying she want Chris to find his worth. I said, hot damn. I said, I see why she's so successful over there. Yeah, because she just don't give a damn, okay? Clearly don't give a damn. But if you ask me, I said I don't know. You know, I really don't know. I know I keep seeing a lot of people saying that like Ekane and Chris ain't gonna leave each other type stuff, right? But if you ask me, she on a mission to get Chris gone. You know, I don't know how, you know, and I don't, you know, but seemingly, okay? Seemingly. Allegedly, I'm not gonna say it's like it's actual and factual, but Ekane seems to be on a mission to try to free herself. Yeah, like Fantasia said. So shout out to that. Shout out to that, cause like I said, I don't know a lot about them. I know they got a family, you know, and that's always hard. But at the same time, them two seems to be, you know, like a lot of young couples seems, you know, they don't know what to do with their emotions, putting hands and feet on each other. Like, nah, absolutely not. Okay. Yeah, not to mention, I know she's the breadwinner. Chris don't work. I think she be paying his rent. Child, I think Ekane is on a mission. Okay? Period. Just like I said, to free herself, like Fantasia said. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I did hear her say that, though. Yeah, it just is what it is. She said, you know, she said she went through a lot with Chris. Shit. And she said he took her through there while she was pregnant, and she definitely was gonna return the favor, you know, and like she said she hope Chris begins to know his worth, child. But if you ask me, both of them, okay, both of them need to get on a mission at the same time to find their worth. Okay, so it just is what it is. But shout out to Ekane, who seemingly is on a mission to leave Chris. So, you know, if she did, you know, my Poopa Stars and I, okay, we wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it just is what it is. I said surprise. We ain't gonna be surprised about that one. I said we ain't gonna be surprised about that one. Who else, child? Who else? Because a lot of these folks is on a mission. Um, Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to take a break too, real quick. Hold on 1 second. I need to take a break, Pooper Stars. Y'all give me a second. If you stay, I appreciate that. Okay, I sure do. But if you don't and you gotta leave, I don't wanna leave. But I gotta go right now. I'll be back to hold you down. So shout out to that. Period. I understand. I do. I get it. Just make sure you bookmark this by hitting the like button and come back. Okay? Like Chris told Smokey on Friday. Hey, come back. Yeah. Okay. So shout out to that. But anyway, when you get back, we will continue, all right, to speak about everyone who is clearly and seemingly on a mission, okay? Celebrity gossip style. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. I need to add, let's see. Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Who else? Uh, who else is on a mission? Who am I forgetting, child? Do I need to add anybody to the list? Uh, because I know I had brought up Clarissa Shields earlier. Uh, I forgot she's on a mission to get pregnant. Clarissa Shields says she gonna be a mama this year. Yeah. So anyway, shout out to her. Shout out to that. What else is going on these internet streets? Ari. Child, Ari is on a mission too. A little slight one. Not too much though. She didn't try to do too much. She just basically came to the internet to let bitches know. Yeah. Hold on, I'm still here. I loved it though. Ari, Ari said, even if I, what she say? If I hit the brakes, pulled over, and took a nap, you bitches still couldn't catch up. Ah! I said, well, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I said, girl, you better talk to me now. I love when people talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? I love when people big up themselves. It just is what it is. Shout out to that. Yeah, I like it. I think I like it. But you know, the internet thought that she was talking to Finesse girlfriend because Finesse say his girlfriend looked better, you know, than Ari or whatnot. Ari said, don't put me in the mix of nothing them people got going on. Child, she said somebody, oh, I gotta find it for y'all. Cause it was funny as hell. She said, whoever, with whoever them people is. Yeah. Ha! Child, she played Finesse like she ain't know nothing about him. I loved it. It was so fucking funny. Hold on. I said, okay. Ari is on a mission. Ari, she another one on a mission, baby. She on a mission to let it be known that like that, like that Kevin Samuels thing. You motherfuckers ain't ready for this. Yeah. Child, I said you bitches couldn't keep up if she pulled over and parked. I said, oh, talk to me now. Yeah. So shout out to that. Now I will say, what's the college said she came back and said something about calling Ari Thomas and Train. I was like, girl. Like she did better saying nothing. Okay? Nothing. Cause that was nothing. Yeah. So anyway, shout out to that. And then anyway, Saucy Santana, okay, is another one who's on a mission. It's 2026. Saucy basically addressed the internet just recently. And he was saying how, you know, he's over there on TikTok, okay? TikTok and Rick Rocking and getting a bag. And truth is, like Fantasia said, and I don't know what he was, it seemed like, child, I don't remember what the fuck Saucy was saying, okay? Truth is, but he was saying that, like, he getting money on TikTok, and he's really trying to see how, you know, to get better. In other words, he ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Now, a lot of people, though, feel like the only reason he even saying that is because people been calling him a beggar. I said, ooh, eek. Don't make me dry heave. What y'all mean Saucy Santana is a beggar? Allegedly. Child, that's what they say. Telling y'all now. You heard it here. Word on the curb is they say Saucy Santana be on TikTok. Begging. Yeah. Child, I said, ooh. So anyway, yeah. It's 2026. We on a mission, and apparently everybody else on this list is as well. So anyway, let's continue. But yes, Saucy, they say you over there begging over on TikTok. This is what it is. Word on the curb, allegedly. Okay, because y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get to see, but I ain't heard. You know what I'm saying? I ain't over there. So anyway. And then what else is going on? We talking about folks on, if you just now chiming in, hit the like button. We talking about folks on a mission, period. It's 2026, you know. Folks say they got to get somewhere. Trump on a mission. Let me just call out everybody that seemingly got to get somewhere. Trump, Finesse, these internet folks, Blueface, Drake, Aiden Ross, Kevin Gates is on a mission. Kevin Gates is on a get back mission, if you ask me. Did I call it that? If I didn't, that's what it's called, Miss Preston Girl. Yeah, seemingly, allegedly. He on a get back mission. Grove on some type of mission too. If you ask me, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a viral, you know, I don't know. Maybe Finesse being viral and then him going viral with Finesse probably sparked something up in him, okay? Maybe like a little viral button sitting in the bottom of his stomach. Yeah. It just is what it is. So he on a mission. Who else trying to get somewhere? Kane. Okay, if you ask me, Kane is on a mission to push Chris away. Okay. Yeah, seemingly it's 2026. These folks say they got to get somewhere. Ari is on a mission to let these bitches know, like, y'all bitches is eating dust. Okay. She say she dusting y'all. Truth is, like Fantasia said, Saucy Santana is on a mission to keep his TikTok coin, okay? It just is what it is. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on with the music as of now. But yeah, Saucy Santana said he's gonna get a coin, okay? He's gonna get a coin. And make that motherfucker TikTok, okay, all year long. So, you know, for everybody that was concerned about, you know, Saucy allegedly begging, you know, asking for money on TikTok to keep the lights on and keep the water going, right? You can expect more. Yeah. Word on the curve. All right. More. It's going to be more of that. Probably even more. So, anyway, what else is going on? Who else is on a mission? Let's see. Let's continue. Folks overseas. Yeah. Let me just say, like, it's hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to the point where I quit clearing my throat, coughing, doing all these weird noises while I'm online. Cause like, yeah, I just got to keep reminding myself that there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? There is a big difference when you're just talking versus people watching you, too. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So, yeah, you just got to be mindful of all the noises you make and stuff like that. But anyway, child, it's 2026 and everybody is on a mission. Your girl Shay Renee included. Yeah. So shout out to that. Uh yeah, the folks overseas is on a mission too. Sadly. I don't know if everybody is paying attention. I know it's this one lady that I follow. She is always on a mission. Shout out to her and shout out to that. Oh yes, let's talk about it. Miss Presser Girl is always on a mission, okay? Yes, now she be really here, there, everywhere, overseas. And with that being said, I know the last time I saw her was on her story, and she was packing up a suitcase. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, yeah, I definitely thought about her yesterday. I hope she's doing okay, because it's a lot going on, and I'm just telling y'all right now. Like, listen, I'm not trying to, hey, listen up. I'm not trying to scare nobody or nothing like that. Or even, like Dieter, y'all change our mind. Hey, you know what's best for you. Okay? At least I hope you do. So shout out to that. But y'all gots to know why y'all taking these flights and booking these flights. That some people are getting stuck. Where they are. I see it's it's this family that I follow. They was in London and they had got stuck. Now I think they back though. So shout out to that. I think they back. But I did hear about one girl getting stuck in Puerto Rico. Okay. Who else? It's another person. It was another person too. They had got stuck. Hold on. It was Puerto Rico. Gosh, wait. Oh, and Anguilla. Is it Anguilla? I think it's Anguilla. I'm almost positive it's Anguilla, but don't quote me. But yeah, people are getting able to go, but they not able to get back in the country. So everybody that's traveling, got trips planned, y'all make sure y'all be careful, okay? Cause they on a mission. Okay, period. Folks is on a mission, to get wherever they, intend to go, but they not able to get back home. So y'all gotta be careful with that. Like I noticed I had saw DDG make a post. I said, Lord, he on a mission. For real, DDG. Last time I seen him on his page, he was on a mission trying to get everybody to well, he was just saying that because y'all know DDG in Nigeria right now. He's talking about it's safe. He feels safe. I said that's good, DDG. Shout out to that. What else is going on? He talking about he say he feels safe. He feel like they just on different timing over there. He was saying, I don't know. To me, he was just trying to let us know, right, that he does feel safe. He said, he actually still feels safer over there than he does at home. And he was also saying that he was like, yeah, something could happen to me. They could rhymes with bob me. He was like, but if they bob me over here, they bobbing me because of need, not hate. He was like, at home, they be robbing people for hate. Over here, it's like, I needed it. I was like, well, DG, I don't know when your flight is scheduled to make it back, but like, I really, really hope you don't get stuck, because that's my boy at the end of the day. But when you get home, I guarantee you it's somebody here that will rob you out of need and not only out of hate. So, like, I'm just saying, you know. You know. Truth is, I just had to tell his ass. You know, like, don't give him too much credit. You know what I'm saying? That sound like he just giving too much credit. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfucker they told you they was gonna fix it. Yeah. Don't do too much now. But we happy that you now. But I am happy that you are feeling safe out there. Okay, DDG in Nigeria. Now I will say this. I don't know much about Nigeria. I don't. But I think he can't get bobbed out there. Yeah. I mean, it just is what it is. Cause I was definitely reading about one of them. Alright. But I think it was Kenya. If I'm being honest, I think it was Kenya, but I can't remember exactly to the T. So please don't quote me. It was either Kenya or Nigeria, okay? Where somebody was saying that it is horribly bad as far as like them being on the come up. Okay? So yeah, truth is, like Fantasia said, I'm just saying, I told you, when you over here with me, child, you gonna leave with some information. Yeah, it just is what it is. You gonna leave with some damn 411. So shout out to that. But like, yeah, DDG on a mission. Doing whatever he doing over there in Nigeria. Actually, I don't even know what he have going on over there. Truth is, like Fantasia said, I don't know what the hell DDG doing over there. But like I said, okay, what was all? Everyone needs to be careful right now with the traveling thing, because with whatever, you know, is going on with Trump and all of the stuff he got going on right now, people are getting stuck. All right. And that is like serious. You understand? Like, what? Can you imagine? Child, can you imagine? I will say this though, if you get stuck in another country, they should take care of you. You know? Truth is, like Fantasia said, that should be an all expense, like on them type of trip. Or I bet you they'll hurry up and get your ass back home then, you know? Like it is what it is. Shit, like old girl said, clear the way. Ha! Yeah. So anyway, let's continue. But like, no, you know, if you get stuck overseas because, you know, something that ain't got nothing to do with you, then to me, everything should be on them. Everything, baby. I mean, everything. Like, yeah, what? Bring me the best of the best. I ain't eating no peasant shit either. You see why you got me twisted. Okay? So anyway, y'all be careful. Everybody who is traveling right now is on a mission. Okay? On a mission, on a mission. This is a season where it seems like everybody on a mission. Truth is. Who else? Funny Mike. Funny Mike is on a mission, child. I saw just recently where Mike and Jalea had broke up. Now, that kind of made me sad. Truth is, y'all, it just is what it is. Yeah, let's talk about it. You know, it is. It's always sad when couples split, especially when you know, you feel like you came to know and love and like them, you know. Man, we like truth is we really be feeling like we know these people. Um, and yeah, damn it, I thought they was gonna work. I really, really did. You know. Uh, but yeah, word on the curb is Funny Mike is on a mission. Shoot, he on some type of mission. I don't know what that mission is. I will say this though. He did announce that he was single. What was that about? What was that about, Mike? You know what I'm saying? That was kind of annoying, Mike. What was that about? Like, what? Like, for real? What was your point of that? Tell us what that was about. Cause like I'm trying to figure it out. Like if y'all don't be announcing that y'all single cause y'all trying to catch another fish, what do y'all do it for? Cause I just feel like everybody don't make that announcement. But I will say this though. I will say this. It's possible that they make the announcement because like if you see me outside doing X, Y, and Z, yeah, don't judge me. Because then at that point you will be judging somebody that's single. Now I get that. You know what I'm saying? Now that I can understand. But y'all, Mike and Jalea broke up. And I don't know. I know he posted, he said he is single but unavailable and uninterested. You know. But child, I seen him, on streams. He already here, there, here, a little bit of everywhere, child. Funny Mike style. Um, and he seems like he's on a mission to um find himself, you know, which is kind of understandable. I can only imagine how hard it is for both of them, you know, for real. Like, that's gonna take some time and that's gonna take some getting used to, you know, because when you're in a relationship and y'all break up, it's like it's not just a relationship, like you losing your friend too. Like your closest friend. Hold on, y'all. I need to put y'all on a brief hold. Hold on. Yeah. I remember I had to put y'all on the break. Remember I was telling y'all about all them different noises. Yeah. So anyway, I'm back, child. But like, oh man, let me tell you something. When you break up with somebody, like you are being like you're losing your friend for real. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like your boyfriend, not just like your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, that is like your closest buddy. You know, somebody that you do everything with and tell everything. Man, listen, I can't even imagine, you know? And it's so sad. Now, will they be okay? Yeah, of course. They will. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? They'll be fine. They will. Why? Because life goes on, you know, and it has a way of making you, right? Uh what's the word I'm looking for? Continue regardless. Still sad though. It doesn't make it any less sad. And I'll take it a step further. Maybe, just maybe, you know, who knows? They might just, you know, get back together. But again, Funny Mike is seemingly on a mission, you know, 2026 on a mission to find himself, you know, I guess see what's next, you know, for a single Mike, right? I bet you it feels so weird at first, you know, so weird. Oh, I can only imagine Miss Preston girl. I'm sure, you know, take coming home, right? Throwing your bags down, throwing your keys down. You know what I'm saying? To an empty home. Oh my God. Um and then especially they gotta be weird. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be weird. I can tell you right now. Especially for somebody like Funny Mike, who to me is used to a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? Used to a lot of people. And his kids, you know, his kids. Kids always bring, you know, a different type of household. And quiet ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Quiet is not gonna be it. I can tell you that right now. And so like it's just crazy, you know, like beyond crazy. I bet you it's just gonna really, really take some a lot of getting used to, you know. Um Used to the fact that he's single now. And then one more thing I wanted to say before I get out of here too. Remember, I was telling y'all yesterday that I do believe in zodiac signs. I believe in it to the point where I feel like when it talks about people's personalities, you know, I do believe that part. And with that being said, Funny Mike has such a bubbly personality, and you know, he enjoys being around people. I can tell you right now, okay, he is not a Capricorn. Okay, if I had to guess, he is not a Capricorn. Capricorns don't need all of that, and they definitely don't live the way Mike lives. So let me see. Let me see when his birthday is, child. But it's 2026 and we on a mission. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is on a mission. Truth is, like that's how you said. And this is our first episode of 2026, and yeah, that's what the discussion is today. Okay, we are discussing folks on a mission, right? Everybody on a mission, same time, different directions. Okay, truth is, like Fantasia said. Let me see. Let's look up Funny Mike's birthday. Funny Mike's birthday is October the 8th. Okay. And if I'm right, I believe that makes him a Libra. I think that makes him a Libra. But didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? That was a hell of a guess, right? I told y'all. I told y'all. I said, he definitely ain't no Capricorn. I told y'all I be knowing what I be talking about. Yeah, so shout out to that. And now I have seen the internet be wrong before though. I have. Okay, so I gotta just tell y'all that I have. So sometimes you gotta double check and you gotta really, really go in and go to look at it. If you know what I'm saying, you don't know your shit because it definitely told me the wrong sign one time for somebody's stuff. But according to the internet, Funny Mike is a Libra, okay? Just like I guessed he was. And that's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, he just, he's such a bubbly person, and I'm sure like going home to an empty house is definitely gonna take some getting used to. Yeah. So he probably go home. First thing he do is cut the TV on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. It's 2026 and people is on a mission. Who else? Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K, who also seems to be on some type of mission. Now, what mission? I don't know. I don't know, but I will say this. Um, if you ask me, I would say she's on a mission to get back. Okay, Tasha K is on a get back mission. If you ask me, okay. Now I'm not saying that like that's actual and factual. I'm actually saying it like it's my opinion. Okay. Yeah, which I'm entitled to. So shout out to that. If you ask me, Tasha K is on some type of get back mission. I don't know if it's to get back what she might have lost, might have left in the past, might have lost in the past. I don't know if she's on a get back mission as far as like getting back at Cardi B, like letting it be known that like Cardi, you not stopping nothing. Yeah. Okay. Because I did tell y'all, Pooper Stars. I did. My Pooper Stars, they know. I told y'all on one of the segments of Rap Girls that like um Tasha K clearly has found some type of loophole. Okay, I've been told y'all that. Well, let me just say this. I definitely told y'all that like clearly she not supposed to talk about Cardi, so she don't talk about Cardi, but she talks about Stephon and Offset. You know what I'm saying? Which has to be so freaking annoying for Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? I've been told y'all that. So it just is what it is. It's 2026. And Tasha K seemingly is on a mission. Okay? Yeah. Who else? Because she ain't the only one. All right? It just is what it is. She is not the only one. In fact, if you just now getting here, hit the like button. Don't forget to comment too. And subscribe. Turn your bell notification on because yeah, let me tell you something. My channel is gonna be one of them channels where you're gonna want to be locked in with it. It just is what it is. You're gonna want to be locked in because I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. Okay? So shout out to that. And if you just now getting here, like I said, lock in. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy to have you. We talking about folks on a mission. I'm on a mission, period. Your girl Shay Renee. And that's on a mission to free myself. Okay? Period. I'm on a mission to sell my art. All right, I'm an artist. I'm slanging it. And right now I'm on the clock. All right, the YouTube clock. So shout out to that. But I'm not the only one. Yeah, truth is I'm not the only one. Everybody else is on a mission too. The internet is on a mission to go viral. Clearly. It's evident. Crystal clear. Okay? We see it every day. Who else? Donald Trump. Donald Trump is on a mission. Some type of mission. Now, some people say it's for oil. To me, I think for me, it's a longer, extended presidency. Okay? Just my prediction. Not a fact. Finesse two times is on a mission. Some type of mission. Could be open up some extra income. Definitely cutting ties with my ties, I would say. So shout out to that. Shout out to him. Blueface is on some type of mission. He is slowing down a bit as far as like being Mr. Internet, the internet sensation, but still he's on a mission, okay? To get some money, if you ask me. We know he got that show coming up. And what else? I also think we haven't saw Blueface as much because he's streaming now. So shout out to that and shout out to him. What else is going on the internet streets? Drake is on a mission, a get back mission, if you ask me. I'm not necessarily sure who all Drake wants to get back at or where he might want to get back to, but clearly he's on some type of mission. And I'll take it a step further. He's using Adin Ross as well. Adin Ross is a part of Drake's mission. Okay, they both on a mission. Adin Ross is on a mission to shake things up. Seemingly in the hip hop community. Why? Like Jadakiss had said, we got to ask Aiden that. Or Drake. Yeah. But clearly, those two is on a mission. Who else? Kevin Gates. Same thing. Mission work. If you ask me, no, this ain't actual and factual, but I think Kevin Gates is on a mission to prove that he is happy. Grove is on a crash dummy mission, we would say. Kane is on a mission to free herself. Okay, she makes it seem like she wants Chris to fly, little birdie fly, but I think it's the other way around. Okay, it just is what it is. So shout out to that. She already wants you to go get a job, Christopher. Yeah. Ari is on a mission. That just places her far ahead of the competition. So shout out to that and shout out to her Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana is on a TikTok mission. Okay? On a mission to get a coin. Travelers, travelers, travelers. You got world travelers. They on a mission. Okay? People want to go. People want to go. People want to be free. People want to be seen. Okay? Um, Child, they just like to jump on a flight. It is what it is. You know, some people, I think, everybody has their things. Sometimes it's traveling. So I want to send my thoughts out for them because clearly, these folks is on a mission. But the thing is, so is Trump. Okay, so be careful. Be careful with that. Folks is getting stuck. Okay, they getting stuck overseas right now. Currently. So if you got a trip schedule, you might want to check into that and make sure, right, that you're able to get back home. Okay, truth is, like Fantasia said, you want to make sure you're able to get back home before you leave. Okay, before you get on that mission. Yeah. Funny Mike is on a mission, like he's on a mission to be a new single father. Okay, a newly single father road. Okay, Funny Mike is on a road to rediscovering himself, I would say. You know. Mm-hmm. Road to Discovery, him and Jalea. So anyway, shout out to them and shout out to the kids. Tasha K is on some type of mission. If you ask me, it's a get back mission. You know, it is what it is. Um, I keep seeing people say, if I this and if I that, but you're not. That's the thing. You're not Tasha K. And so I see a lot of people that feel like, see, this is the truth. The truth is, like Fantasia said, I think a lot of people wanted Tasha K to take that lawsuit and just lay down. You know, Tasha ain't going for that. It just is what it is. That's not the way she wanted to do it. If you ask me, to me, um, Tasha is no different than a woodpecker. You understand? And yeah, let's talk about it. Cause she likes to pick. It is what it is. She like to pick. He be pecking, Tasha be picking. Yeah. She always talk about how hood she is. I know Tasha was an annoying hood bitch. Do you hear me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know one of the old that you gonna really have to do something to. You gonna I can't probably, but listen, you gonna have to put. Anyway, y'all, that's all the story of the day. But that was there. She on some type of mission, okay? And to me, it's simple. She on a mission to show Cardi that she ain't stopped shit. Really, if you ask me, okay? But I'm not saying it like that's actual and factual, okay? I'm saying it like that's my opinion. Hey, so shout out to that. What else is going on these internet streets? Child, listen. Who else is on a mission? Because I ain't the only one. Um, Cardi B. Cardi B been on a mission herself too. She didn't took on some. Uh, Child, it seems like she is on a separate mission. Sell, she on am I the drama, you know, sophomore, I'm back, the biggest return, of hip hop type shit. Child, outside of trying to rescue this man, okay? That she ain't got herself involved with. It just is what it is. But y'all know we gonna get into all of that, okay? But we get into all of that like a hot tub. Mm. Getting into it later on. But yeah, Cardi B it's 2026. She on a mission too, if you ask me. Okay, on a mission to free herself from Offset. On a mission to survive the internet, right? Cause I say I don't know who gonna tell her, but let me just say, baby, you thought loving Offset was hard. Child, listen, I can tell Cardi B right now, with Stefan, child, they about to take her through there. Yeah. So shout out to that. If you ask me, child, never mind. Never mind. That's because that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. So shout out to that. Y'all just hold y'all horses though. I'm coming. Shout out to that. Y'all know I'm coming around the mountain. But Cardi B is another one. She on a mission. She is. Clearly. Yesterday, it seemed like she was on a mission to clear Stefan's name. Did y'all see that? Did y'all peep that? Um, well, in between cussing out Tasha K. She also seemed like it was also her mission to, speak up for Stefan. You know, like Cardi act and talk like she know a little something with that about that thing. So with the situation with the chef, and it's crazy because remember the chef said that Stefan Diggs' girlfriend reached out to her, but she never put a name on it. Now it all makes sense. You know, it was Cardi B. So Cardi B is on a mission. She on a mission to all. And if you ask me, in her whole life and shit, to me, probably shit in the new one. Yeah, just as soon as this motherfucker started, cause I don't really know if Quadi wanna, Oh, let's talk about it. I said, oh. Girl, I don't know. That's another story for another day. But I cannot be the only one that like Stefan just gives me Offset 2.0. And I'm like, how in the hell Cardi didn't see that though? Anyway. But shout out to her though, because she rich. She rich. So at least that's one problem that she ain't got to worry about, right? Yeah. It just is what it is. And speaking of being rich though, I just, she should be somewhere doing rich activities, with Drea, the rich baby mama. Okay. Cardi B is the rich baby mama too. But child, she said it. She say she the drama, so yeah. I guess that's why she ain't somewhere like Drea, you know, doing rich activities. She's stuck in a ghetto. Yeah. Child with the rest of the baby mamas. But anyway, and let's continue. So DDG is also on a mission. I was listening to him talk last night. It seemed like he on a mission to I don't know, something with him in Nigeria, if I had to be completely honest. Because it seemed like he was on a mission to convince us that it's safe. Yeah. So anyway, shout out to DDG, who is overseas right now, but hopefully he's able to get back home. Cause again, y'all, if you just now getting here, hi, hey, Cardi B did the right thing. Hold on, y'all, one second, real quick. I'm gonna read that in a minute. But like I was trying to tell y'all, you guys be careful, okay? For everybody who's traveling, there have been some bans, okay, on getting back in right now. So y'all be careful with all that traveling y'all doing. Deja said, I love Cardi B so much. Oh, okay. Shout out to that. Yeah, Cardi B on a mission right now. Shout out to her. Who else is on a mission? Karuchi. I'm not quite sure what just yet though. But yeah, Karuchi is definitely dating Deion Sanders and seems and appears to be happy. Now I'm happy for Karuchi. I like Karuchi. I like Deion. I think I think it's great. But I got something I gotta tell y'all. Yeah. If I'm being real, okay. Remember I told y'all, hold on, remember that I had told y'all that allegedly Karuchi used to work for Dion's ex? Confirmed. Okay, it just is what it is. Did my homework, did my research. She did. Okay, it just is what it is. She did. So now, uh, 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 I said, ah, eek. That one made me dry heave. Left me speechless. I'll let y'all know when I'm able to get a word in. Yeah. What else is going on the internet streets? South Walker. Shout out to South Walker. Y'all know South is in my top 5. Period. Shout out to him and shout out to that. South recently joined Twitch. And seemingly is on a mission. Okay, it just is what it is. South Walker seems like he's on a mission, child, to hold on. To get him um a Twitch coin. Yeah. So, shout out to that and shout out to him. And then too, also, let me also give a shout out to his growth. Y'all know I had recently, I would say in 2025, I had got annoyed with Sauce. He had did something annoying on stream. I don't care to go back down memory lane. For all my poople stars that's here, they been here, they know what the fuck he did. Yeah, it just is what it is. But yeah, he annoyed me or whatever, whatnot. But I have still been, supportive and paying attention to what he got going. I just fell back a little bit. It is what it is, as I should. But yeah, it's still nice to see him growing. You know, um, and keeping on. It just is what it is. I'm happy for him. He has definitely been turning up. He definitely started turning up as far as different businesses go. Yeah. So shout out to that and shout out to Sauce. Um, I might, cause as I'm talking to y'all, something popped up in my head. Shout out to that. But yeah, now I'm not gonna say that just now. I'm let it rock. I'm gonna let it rock. But at the same time, meanwhile, back at the ranch, yeah, Sauce has been. He seems like he's on a mission. A mission to do what? Get some money. You know, if I had to guess. Clearly, South is on the mission to get some money. Who else? Young Miami. Now, Young Miami was just recently. Now, I don't know if that was a recent picture, but I know it was a recent post, right? So we all know how that go. They trying to make us think that it was recent, but Young Miami was recently spotted with her baby daddy, Southside, and I said, I said, okay. I'm sure Young Miami is on some type of mission now. What? Who knows? Okay, who knows? I will say this. She might be on a mission to get back with her baby daddy. You know, who knows? Cause I don't know what happened with them. It was just like one day they was dating, and then the next day she was with Diddy. It was sad. It was really sad. It was like, damn, you lost her. How you do that, bro? Yeah, cause I thought she was, in love with her baby daddy or whatnot, you know. But I think Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Shout like the song say, I think Diddy was coming on strong. It just is what it is. He probably offered that girl an offer that she could not refuse, you know. So anyway, who knows what type of mission Young Miami could or could not be on right now with her baby daddy. Honestly, I don't know why. I don't think Young Miami wants him. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Do I think I am? Nope. Yeah. Truth is, like Fantasia said, no. I think cause if you listen to Young Miami talk, right? Now I will say this. Sometimes she probably do be just talking. She probably do be just talking. But I don't know. If you listen to her talk, she talk like she don't want no puppy. Yeah, okay. It just is what it is. And I definitely think that she considers her baby daddy I don't think she thinks he's a big dog. I don't. Now probably before Diddy, yeah. You understand? But I definitely think Diddy might have made her see something and experience something. You know what I'm saying? So well like uh-uh. But who knows? What is y'all tell me. Jump in my comments and let me know what type of mission do y'all think Young Miami is on. Who knows? She was just spotted out with her baby daddy recently, but if you ask me, I would say, you know, co-parenting probably mixed with a little bit of hanky-panky, but that's about it. Yeah. I ain't got it going too much further, than that. It just is what it is. And I'll take it a step further, child, because that's what I do. Miami also might be on a mission to, you know, I don't know, get back with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Shoot. Because one thing I can say uh, about Diddy, I definitely think that I think when Diddy get back, he gonna be way more quiet. You know, he already was really. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was the type of person he pop out when he want to. You know, and it's usually to sell something. Like people wasn't paying attention, but yeah, it was always business for Diddy. Always. Usually everything he did was a business play. I'm talking about when we saw him though. No, it don't matter where he was either. It don't matter where he was. He could have been on Instagram. He can be on a talk show. You know, he can be at the awards performing. It doesn't matter. It was always about a coin with Diddy. Other than that, he be in the house. I just feel like after everything that he has experienced, yeah, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Just my personal opinion, though. No, I'm not trying to say that like that's actual and factual because it's just a prediction. I don't know what Diddy gonna do when he get out, but I definitely think we're gonna be dealing with a different Diddy. Period. You know what I'm saying? Then not only that, he's gonna be older too. He's gonna be older. Um, most older people don't care to be seen like that. You understand? For real. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shoot, I think that's why some people be, some people they come down hard on. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all, they be calling people senior citizens. Child, that is so funny. That's so funny and messy. But they don't do everybody like that, just some people. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's the ones that be outside like that. Cause the older you get, some stuff you just don't care for. You don't care for, you don't care about. I just got a feeling that like whatever Diddy used to get from coming outside, now he like and money. You know what I'm saying? Clearly a coin. But now I think he like, man, F some people. You know, F the public, F it all. If you ask me. To me, you can't go through something that Diddy went through and like still be the same. The exact same, no. So yeah. Is Young Miami on a mission to go back to Diddy? Who knows? Then I'll take it a step further too. It's weird that everybody keep acting like Diddy is out of money. That's weird too. Cause remind you, they always say their broke is a different type of broke, and I'm sure it is. Cause like the house that he was selling in California, I don't think it sold. I don't think it sold, y'all. So like, come on. I just feel like he got some money to fall back on. Shoot, even if he had to start selling his belongings. Um, but who knows, child? Who knows? But still, in my hearts of all hearts, they talking about he ain't got no money and blah 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 blah. I still think that he has um he'll have enough to where whoever he with won't have to work. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, it's your girl Shay Renee. I had a funky good time with y'all. I always do. Period. That's why I keep coming back. I tell y'all that all the time though, and I don't be just capping. Yeah, so shout out to that. I do spend a lot of time with my chat, a lot of time with my audience. That's why it was so funny just recently. Remember, I told y'all when Blueface was saying, like, he was timing it. He was like, I got 11 more minutes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he said he don't really like, uh, streaming because he feel like he talking to himself. Remember I told y'all that? And then it was funny though because I saw another clip where he said he likes it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think he goes. Well, no, I didn't mean to say that. Let me say it like this. I think that Oh yeah. I sure did. I saw another clip where he did. He said that like sometimes he said he's starting to like it. You know what I'm saying? He said because sometimes I'll just be bored and then I'll just click live. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I am. Like the minute I'm like doing nothing, I'm like I might as well go live. Like I don't know. I can't explain it, but like going live and being with y'all is such a huge part of my day. It really is. Like it's like that's what I rather do, if that makes sense. Sometimes I just rather do that versus anything else. You know what I'm saying? So that says a lot. So shout out to that. But yeah, like I tell y'all, I spend more time with y'all than I do um anyone, really, outside of my family, my immediate family, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. I got this water running, y'all. My bad. My bad. But I actually have the water running because I'm wrapping up. Okay? I'm actually about to wrap up here. Now, for everyone who's wondering, yes, I am coming back today. So shout out to that. But I don't know the time. Alright? So I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. I'm definitely gonna post before, okay? Shout out to that. I'm gonna post before I get started. Let y'all know heads up. Hey, I'm about to do a show. But I'm definitely coming back later on. Yeah. So shout out to that. I'm about to give me some lunch going. But yes, superstars, happy Tuesday. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Okay. It's your girl Shay Renee. And I'm out. I'm out, y'all. Bye.